I never believed in haunted houses. To me, every ghost story was just that, a story. But the house on Waverly Lane changed that forever. I'm not going to use my real name, but for the sake of the story, you can call me Marcus. I've been in the game for a while. Money, product, people. Business was booming, but things were getting hot in the city. Too many eyes, too many raids. I needed somewhere quiet, off the radar, somewhere the crew could work without neighbors calling cops. That's when I met this real estate guy named Mr. Finch. He called me out of nowhere. Said he had a property that wasn't listed online. A big house, 3 stories, sitting in a rich neighborhood about 40 minutes outside the city. Said it had been vacant for years, but it had potential. When we pulled up, I knew something was off. The street was spotless. Perfect lawns, fancy cars. But this one house sat back from the road, behind dead trees and a rusted gate. The air felt heavy, like it hadn't been breathed in for a long time. Finch smiled like nothing was wrong. His suit was clean, but his eyes were sunken. He barely blinked. "It's private," he said. "No neighbors close enough to notice anything. And the foundation's solid, built to last." When I asked why it was so cheap, he hesitated, just for a second. Some unfortunate history, but nothing recent. He handed me the keys and walked away before I could ask more. I should have taken that as a sign. The crew and I moved in the next day. We set up shop in the basement. Heavy table, counting machines, heat lamps, the usual setup. The house felt colder inside than it did outside. Even with all the lights on, it still felt dim, like the shadows hung around longer than they should have. That first night, I barely slept. There was this scratching sound coming from the walls. I thought maybe rats. Old house, you know. But when I pressed my ear against the wall, it didn't sound like scratching. It sounded like whispering. The next morning, Dre, one of my guys, brought me a newspaper clipping he found under a loose floorboard. It was dated 1997. Some doctor had lived here, Dr. Roland West, with his wife and son. The article said police responded to disturbing noises late one night. When they entered, the family was gone. No signs of struggle, except for a symbol burned into the basement floor, a perfect circle made of ash. Underneath the headline, someone had written in pencil, "Keep the door closed." We tried to ignore it. Money needed moving and we couldn't afford paranoia. But every night something got worse. Lights flickered, doors opened on their own. We'd find footprints in the hallway that didn't belong to any of us. One night, Malik swore he saw someone standing outside in the yard. When we looked, nothing. Next morning, Malik was gone. His duffel bag, phone, everything. Left behind. We called his girl. She said he never came home. That's when I noticed something new on the wall by the staircase. A handprint, burned into the paint. It wasn't black, though. It was red, like something had pressed its hand against the wall from the inside. By day 4, no one wanted to go in the basement alone. The circle Dre found down there. It was glowing faintly now, like embers that never went out. One of my guys said it looked like someone had drawn symbols around it, runes or letters. He took a picture of it, but the photo came out black. No light, no reflection, just a void. That night I woke up to the sound of a door creaking open. When I went to check, the basement door was wide open. The air pouring out was freezing cold, and it smelled like something burning. From the top of the stairs, I could see that red glow flickering below. It was pulsing, and then I heard voices, but they weren't coming from the basement. They were all around me. He finished the door. One whispered, "The door's open. Stay." I ran back to my room, locked the door, and waited for daylight. By morning, the house was quiet again. Too quiet. I went to check the basement. The glow was gone, but so were my people. Every room, empty. All their stuff still there, but no trace of anyone. Phones on the counter. Coffee still hot, like they just stepped out for a minute and never came back. When I went outside to call Finch, the real estate guy, I noticed something strange in the yard. Fresh dirt. 3 mounds of it, perfectly shaped, No tools, no footprints, just dirt and a smell that hit me hard, something rotting beneath it. I didn't dig. I couldn't. That night I drove to the city, straight to Finch's office. The door was locked, lights off. When I looked in through the glass, the whole place was covered in dust, like nobody had worked there for years. There was a for lease sign hanging inside the window. I called the number, disconnected. Then, as I turned to leave, I saw him. Across the street, under a flickering streetlight, Mr. Finch. Same suit, same calm smile. But his eyes were glowing faint red. He raised one finger to his lips, like he was telling me to be quiet. Then the light flickered again, and he was gone. I haven't gone back to that house, but I still have the keys. And sometimes, when I'm trying to sleep, I hear that same creaking sound, like a door opening. Once I woke up and saw light leaking out from under my bedroom closet, red light, glowing softly. And when I opened the door, nothing was there. Just my old duffel bag, the one I left at the house, and a small scrap of paper sitting on top. It said, "Keep the door closed." I moved states after that, changed numbers, changed everything. But every place I stay, it follows. Sometimes I'll wake up to see burn marks on the floor, circles, just like before. And I keep wondering, what if that doctor never opened a door to somewhere, but a door for something to get out? Whatever it is, it knows my name now. If you ever see a house on Waverly Lane for sale, don't go inside.